The whole point of being direct to consumer and having that connection, what's the benefit if you're not listening on the other end? There's one to many, but are you listening to those stories that are coming back to you? So I would say,
I've been watching your growth and it's been tremendous. How important is the ability to add and find different ways to keep adding to a product line and not stay so singular product focused? I know you're going to say super important, but if I can make that a bit more tactical, at what point should a company start looking to do that?
Well, if I could have, I would have done it more aggressively earlier on in the business. I would say, and I see this time and time again, even in our Powerhouse Mastermind group, we see time and time again that the scaling issue a lot of times comes down to product assortment and not having, we sold over 1 million teeth whitening kits, but that doesn't mean that every person wants to use a mouthpiece to whiten their teeth. They want whiter teeth, but they want another delivery method to be able to achieve that benefit. Not everybody wants your product today. Doesn't mean there may be some product market fit issues there because you have your early adopters and you say, okay, the product's good. My belief is that you should treat products like software, where you're constantly updating it, you're constantly tweaking it, you're listening to your customers, you're picking up the phone, calling them, hey, how was the packaging? How was the adhesive? How was the instructions? What can we do to better the experience? And that's really the race that every brand should be on, especially in the direct-to-consumer space, because the whole point of being direct-to-consumer and having that connection, what's the benefit if you're not listening on the other end? There's one to many, but are you listening to those stories that are coming back to you? So I would say it's what we found is we came out with our magic strips, which are dissolving whitening strips. So that was a product we came out with, which has been a huge success for us because so many people, we've had over 50 million people shop on the trysnow.com website since we started. And, we've got millions of fans now and followers, but that's not 50 million. So there was something that large group of people weren't able to find on our website. And they clearly clicked on an ad. They were clearly interested in whitening their teeth. Something threw them off. Now, it could have been the price point. We are a premium priced brand at Snow. That could be it. So we introduced buy now, pay later and payment plans, which has helped a lot in our business to not discount the product where it hurts the business, but also become more accessible to the end consumer. So today, when you go on the trysnow.com website, you click all products, we're showing you the pay in 4 payment plan, which is 0 interest, 0 fees. But that's allowed us as a premium brand to not discount to become more accessible, to just have more accessible payment options and payment plans. But I think as we add more products, we added white strips, whitening toothpaste. We now have a whitening powder called the Magic Powder, which you can sprinkle on any toothpaste that you use for an instant whitening boost that we're known for. Because we know that even though we came out with the whitening toothpaste, not everybody's ready to maybe change their toothpaste, but they want that whitening effect and they want it super easy. So meet the customer where they're at. We created the world's first sprinkle for whitening for toothpaste. And now we're developing on top of that for what else can we include in that solution, perhaps for sensitivity, for example, bleeding gums, bad breath. And so we're in current development of taking that product that's in whitening and with that delivery method and saying, what else can we do? And what we're realizing is that the customers coming in and they now have more things to buy. When you think about Starbucks in the very beginning, they said, Howard, this is never going to work. You're just selling $2 cups of coffee and people are hanging out for 8 hours and not paying you. This is never going to scale. Well, once they started introducing tea and with Teavana, the acquisition there, they acquired Boulangerie for $90 million, which is all of their baked goods, all of their breakfast sandwiches are by the Boulangerie. Not by Starbucks, but they tested it out and they bought the company. Now, when I go to Starbucks in the morning, I spend $30. Me, my girlfriend, we get some egg white egg bites. We get our coffee. We get, boom, boom, boom. Before you know it, you're $30 in. And if you end up hanging out there, you can buy sandwiches there. You can buy chips, popcorn, all kinds of stuff while you're hanging out there. So that $2 average order value is now really at $30 and up. And Starbucks has, in my opinion, the number one membership program in the world, the rewards and loyalty program. So you pair that together and all of a sudden your lifetime value 10x's. But it's very difficult to 10x your lifetime value, your LTV of a customer, if you're only selling them one product. And that was the issue with Snow. We sold 1 million teeth whitening kits, but how many people are going to come back? It's like selling an iMac or a MacBook or even an iPhone. You sell an iPhone once, you'll see them in a year from now if they upgrade that quickly. But how else are you going to activate that customer? Well, Apple is one of the best at doing it. AirPods. I probably bought 12 pairs of AirPods already, and I never complained. So that's, what is that? $4,000 I spent on AirPods just because I keep losing them. I lose everything, but I need my AirPods to be able to function. That's what I believe. But if they stopped at the iPhone or they stopped at the iMac, they've got accessories. So I can buy a charger. I can buy, I usually have them all around me. Apple came out with this little charging thing that you pop on the back, charges it, $99. AirPods, $299. So when you think about recursive marketing, recursive sales, that's where the biggest companies excel, is that they're selling you one thing 100 times. And that's when I started to realize, well, Apple doesn't come out with 100 products a year. They come out with maybe 5 products a year, 10 products a year. And they're really good, but they're recursive. That same iPhone user is now upgrading sooner. And that AirPods, now they're AirPods Pro. And so that's what we did in our business, is we modeled that with our V1 wireless, V2 wireless, our color series of the wireless kits, our standard wired kit. And we're taking that approach so that customers have the option to choose even colors. Believe it or not, colors are very important. And so if you have a physical product, if I can buy a pink version, or I can gift a pink version, I can gift a blue version, I can buy a green one for myself. Sounds silly, but those colors have a lot to do with the psychology. And that's why you see Apple, I bought the new blue colored iPhone. I didn't know it was an option before. I didn't know I wanted it before, but once I saw it, I was like, oh, what color am I going to get? What color are you going to get? And so even from changing colors, we've seen multi-million-dollar results because we've trained I think we've trained our membership base that we're kind of, the Apple of oral care. And that's kind of the expectation of what's Snow coming out with next? What's the next wireless version going to look like? What color are they going to come out with next? That anticipation keeps your audience tied in. And now we're seeing for the first time customers come back and that wanted to buy a kit, never bought a teeth whitening kit. They're coming back and buying whitening strips. They're buying the magic powder. They're buying a toothbrush from us. Then once they see it's good, they come back and buy for their family, and then they subscribe. So we've been working really hard on building our subscription business, and we have a very, very nice subscription business that's growing because people don't want to think about buying toothpaste again. They say, okay, I know it works. I love this stuff. I don't want to think about it anymore. Just deliver it to my door every 3 months and make sure it's the good stuff. Great. And so now we've been able to build that subscription business on the back of launching new products. That's the importance, is that you extend the lifetime value. And if you look at M&A, what do companies do? They buy another company and they immediately 10x the product selection and the distribution, and they turn it into $1 billion business. If you could do that in a small way in your own business by saying, hey, we cannot go another year without launching more products. And let's talk to the customers. And sometimes that means selling them things that necessarily you didn't think of selling them. We have a huge lip care line and we sell oral care. Why are we in the lips? Well, we're in the mouth, around the mouth. And when people are using our products, we want to make sure that their lips remain moisturized. That's part of the system. That's part of the process. And so now we created a whole lip care line. We have a lip oil launching, a luxurious lip oil line that's launching. And we're continuing to develop our lip care products, which aren't our core product, but our super fans really appreciate. And it also gives people who aren't interested in whitening their teeth at all an opportunity to engage with our brand. Ferrari sells more Ferrari hats than Ferraris. What is your Ferrari hat? What is your Ferrari jacket? What are you doing to cater to more of the people that visit your website versus saying, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this thing. Do you want to buy this thing now? It's 20% off, it's 30% off, it's 40% off. That's the old way of selling online. The new way of selling is helping your customers find exactly what they need because they came to your website looking for a benefit.